I'm Catherine Ross, and I'm here live from the floor of the NYSE with Jim Cramer. Jim, what's top of mind for you this morning?
The algos are set to be up today. I mean, we have the bonds, interest rates are going higher, and oil's higher. That means algos stay up. It probably could be up 1,000, barring some revelation from the government. That's the way it works. There's an on switch and an off switch. You have a little bit of window opportunity sometimes at 11, but this is a pattern ever since the algos took over. Makes it so that, as Karen Cramer would say, you had to buy them yesterday. You come in now and you buy Walmart at 120. It's not only is it not down, it's now above. And I think you run the risk of, well, that's the day. I mean, I don't like to do that's the day. There are good opportunities to sell today, particularly the oils. But this on again, off again switch is quite unnerving and is just another sign that the market's very broken right now.
You know, I was actually up at 3 a.m. just like you this morning to try to read up more on the market.
I saw you tweeted, and I thought that was terrific. My trader and I were saying, Catherine is so good, and you do. I mean, you've had unbelievable. I know that you've got a lot of great ideas to do with me. I know actually you've been talking about doing, what can we do with individuals. We obviously have a call this week on Thursday, and I just applaud you and what you're doing. And your early morning tweets show that you are completely on the case, and I like people on the case.
Thank you, Jim.
Quite welcome.
So might be the first time that investors are seeing them being enacted, the limit up and limit down rules in the NYSE and others.
I mean, look, when I say broken, let me be really clear. The moves are over accentuated. It's really important to use Karen Cramer's divide by 10 rule. So if Visa's up 6, you have to say, okay, let's divide Visa by 10. Make it 17. It's up 60 cents. But it is tiresome, particularly with stocks no longer doing splits. So, and they don't do splits because the big institutions have said, listen, we get charged per share. So if you split them too many, that means we get more charges per share. And that idiocy of because they just don't care. They don't care about the little guy. Screw the little guy in a nanosecond. It's made it so that you have a level of volatility that's accentuated by the fact that there's no splits. There's absolutely no liquidity. And the algos are set to be high. The algos don't care if they buy high or not. They're like cards. They have no memory. They've been historically not even that good at what they do, but they're part of what is wrecking the market. And so you have to that's why you have to buy down. Like we did, we bought small. Now I wish we had bought bigger, but we would then have to flip today. We can't do that. Remember, every day is different with the algos. They just look at bonds, they look at oil, and they buy or sell. There's no nuance, and that's why we're up.
After a full week of this kind of volatility, the roller coaster ride, if you will, what kind of terms should investors start putting in their back pockets?
Well, I think what investors have to do is say, okay, what would I be willing to buy more of if I got it? So let's take Verizon. Right? Verizon's not up today, so that's interesting to me, right? Safe haven stock. You buy some now, and then you wait 2 points and you buy some later, and that's what you want. Now, if you were to buy Boeing, and if it went down, would you sell it? Then it's obviously you shouldn't buy it. So what I like to do in times like this is, unfortunately, a lot of trading is done by keystroke for individuals. One is you have to try to explain to me 3 reasons why you would buy. And then the second is, would you buy in stages? And then the third is, would you panic and sell, or would you use the panic to buy? And all those are time-honored. They're right. They've been drafted, and I've had them since 1983. They've worked ever since, so they're inviolate to me. That's what you do. They even worked during the Great Recession, although obviously you had to use wide scales. But if you can't do that and you don't have the cash to buy it, then what are you going to do is you're going to buy Nike at 86, and then tomorrow when the machine's set to have it go down, you'll sell it at 81. And so you have to decide whether you can buy Procter 119 knowing it's up 3 from the get-go, and it won't go up anymore because the machines may not be set to be up 1,000. And then tomorrow it's at 116. Would you buy more? Would you sell? Remember, the machines are binary, and everyone needs to know that.
So over on Real Money this morning, you had a great column that's in 2 parts, actually. So one's about buying some stocks that you're looking for investors to buy right now, and one's about selling. So let's start with buying. What stocks are you eyeing right now?
Well, I mean, Coca-Cola, which is down, and that's terrific. J&J, which is just an incredibly well-run company. Now, I wish it were down a little more. It's not. I think you can buy Merck. I do prefer Bristol Myers because it's Keytruda versus two of their drugs put together, Opdivo and Yervoy, and I like Bristol yielding 3. And then I do like the banks. I mean, Goldman Sachs does have a scrubbed book. Let's call it 200. It's well below that. It does have the credit card. It's got volatility on its side, and I believe that management has been able to figure out how to make money in the situation. Remember, I think that the fiscal stimulus that I called for yesterday, the president's giving. So what you can't do is say, I call for the fiscal stimulus, and then he gives it to you, and then say, look, I want this too. Remember, hate him or like him, if Trump does what you do, you can't just say, well, I hate Trump. I like when he does what I want.
What about selling? What stocks should investors be selling right now?
You have to sell the oils because what happened is that the Russians versus the Saudis have made that group, which is very levered. Well, I've been saying they're uninvestable, so now they're just more uninvestable, Catherine. I mean, I'm saying that they're tobacco. Now, the executives in the industry don't understand when I say they're tobacco. What I'm saying is that the tobacco stocks have very high yields, but they don't attract buyers. And I think that that's what's going to happen with the oil companies. Some of the yields are much too big, and that's a bad sign. They can cut them. Remember, we still own a sliver of BP, which I want to slit my throat about. I want to, this throat-slitting positions are Viacom, Tyson, and BP. Thank God we got out of Schlumberger. Did sell some BP higher, but these are positions that are not investable. They're not investable because the new, younger portfolio managers just want nothing to do with them. Merck up $1. See, that's good. Merck drops to 78. You buy some more Merck, 76. I don't know if it's perfectly run, but it's a good franchise. They're doing this sleight of hand thing to be able to bring out the value of the high growth drugs. That really hurt them. I vastly prefer AbbVie. AbbVie has got a very important analyst meeting today where they will talk about an allergen drug that, I'm the spokesman for the American Migraine Foundation. The allergen drug stops a migraine in its tracks, and there's never been a drug like that. There's this Excedrin thing that doesn't really work that well. Can I just say, Walmart at 120, the enthusiasm of the machines for Walmart, and it's probably some ETF, it's extraordinary because nobody really buy the stock up 3. See, one of the things that you see when you see the regular companies, the regular investors, they don't buy up 9, but the algos do. Remember I told you the algos are set to go higher today, and it's another year you'd call that manipulation, but now you just call it investing.
The airline stocks have been facing a world of pain over the coronavirus issues here, and I've got to ask, is this just going to... Can we use these stocks as kind of an economic indicator for the hurt?
No, they're just a biological problem. You solve the biological problem, traffic comes back. They got better balance sheets than before, but the biological problem is so great that people will not fly. If people feel somehow that there's no way you can avoid getting the coronavirus. I mean, if someone's sitting next to you and they're sneezing on you, you got it. And you got it. And, why take that chance? Where are you going that's so important when you could have Zoom video? I'm facing it myself. I have a daughter in Madrid. They close the schools. She's a teacher. Does she come back? Does she stay there? Do I go there? She's doing Netflix. When you close the schools and you're a teacher, what are you going to do? You can't really go anywhere because you're so worried about the virus. She's writ large what's going on. So what does she do? She watches Netflix. We are really in a strange time because what I like to fly her back home to see her, obviously, but do I want her to be on a plane? And obviously, she's 28. I don't control it. She's on her own, but we are in an era now where I don't even know what to do, and she doesn't know what to do because neither one of us wants to get on a plane. I don't want her to get on a plane. She doesn't want me to get on a plane.
Which is fair.
Yeah, we don't know what to do. And when you don't know what to do and you're uncertain, well, you sell stocks.
All right, Jim, thank you so much. And guys, we will be bringing you live from the floor of the NYC the top 5 questions that you're facing every day during this market sell-off, or as Jim just called it, a broken market.
Yeah, it's broken. The algos are in charge. They'll take it up 1,000. You got that little dip where it was only up 600, 650. It's pathetic. The market's has nothing to do with investing. But maybe it hasn't for a long time. But on days like today, it's really broken. And if you come in, you may feel great that you bought Walmart at 119 and now you're at 120, 48, but it's not investing. They broke it. There's no liquidity. And when the machines are set to be on, they're going to walk stocks up.
So investors, catch us live here every morning at 10 a.m. and you can find us over on TheStreet.com. And of course, you cannot miss this. Jim is hosting his monthly members-only call over on Action Alerts Plus this Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
this is an important
look,
one.
it's going to be a lot of it's on the fly, obviously, because if it's a day that the switch is indicated higher, we have to deal with that. And if the switch is indicated lower, we have to deal with that. And I want people to understand how artificial manipulated this is, because the algorithms say when yields are higher and oil's higher, you have to buy, and they just keep buying. So it doesn't come in.
All right, guys, we're now heading over to our exclusive Action Alerts Plus Daily Rundown show over on ActionAlertsPlus.com. I'm Catherine Ross, and we'll see you tomorrow.